everyone. Welcome back. My name is Pat Micone, and I'm the president of the Republican Club of Laguna Woods, and I'm here with our Vice President of Programs, Biddy Oliker. You're on our show, Light on America, which we started a couple years ago. And the purpose of our show is to bring light, truth, and facts to the issues of the day and surrounding all the issues of the day, and to dispel misinformation, disinformation, and malinformation. And folks, we're so glad to have Eli Komai back with us from the John Birch Society. He came last month, and we had so much information that he gave us to help us know who they are, what their mission is, and what they plan to do. So now we're going to have the second part, and we hope he's going to enlighten us on how we can participate locally and get involved. So, Eli, I'll turn it over to you.
Yes, thank you. Now, I know I gave a lot of information last time, but the information without action is empty, or as James puts it, or as the scripture says, we can't just be hearers only, we must be doers. Mm-hmm. Faith without works is dead. Mm-hmm. So we have to see practically what we as individuals can do, and I'll just start from the bottom up. As you know, change usually precipitates from the bottom up. It starts with the individual. Mm-hmm. So I'll give you a little quiz. You know the lowest level of government? What is the lowest level?
The family.
Family.
Right.
You're on it, and you're giving a better answer than most people do. The individual is actually the lowest level.
Oh, individual, right?
Self-government. Yeah, no,
I was close.
Yeah, incredibly close. You give a better answer than most. But you can't have self-government. We're a nation of, by, and for the people. Mm-hmm. Can't have self-government without self-government. Right. And so I'm going to go into that a little bit at this time, and also the lowest, actual official on paper level of government, which is like typically city halls or county supervisors. Mm-hmm. So what we have, or county commissions, depending on where you're at, individually, yes, the society has a whole plethora of stuff to study, but I heartily encourage anyone watching this to get involved in a local club and gravitate towards people who are doing. Every club, and I'll just give a quick example. This is one of my favorite examples. So my territory covers Southern California. I have the good pleasure of going and visiting the Redlands Tea Party Patriots over there. They meet in Mentone, California, and great place. They have a big room full of like 50 patriots, 50 plus. Sometimes it gets up to like 60, 70. And you want to guess how many people there are like on fire active activists, like super soldier activists? There's only typically 2 to 4.
Really?
Wow. 2 of them are my good friends, Doug and Janice Hauser, bless them. And what they're usually doing, though, is always calling others to join them in the stuff they're doing. And so they'll always be organizing stuff for other people to do. And so I would call them the super soldiers. But they'll typically, on a good month, they'll get like a good team together of about 10 or so people. But that's a big room of 50 plus people. We have like 10 of them. So just going off of that example, you can say 1/5 or 20% of every group are active. Like they're there not just for social time and say hi and get out and have some fun, which is all good. Mm-hmm. But there's 20% there. 1 in 5 are there to move the ball forward, to advance ground for the cause. For those of you listening, and those of you who actually want to secure freedom for your posterity, and you're willing to do something about it, go to your local group, go to your local club, find where they are at, and start hanging out with those 20% that actually do things, just like the officers.
We have our Republican Club, and we have our Tea Party, the group. They meet monthly. We also have another organization called Liberty Matters. They're a private group, but we have, so great. Thank you for putting that out there.
Yes, you are doers. And as my friend Cheryl Perez down in Chula Vista, Republican Women of South Bay, she'll say, she knows this too, and she's one of those, just like Doug and Janice up in Redlands, She drives it every meeting. We are not just ladies who lunch. And she says that, and it's taken. And that's one of the most active clubs in San Diego County. They get so much done for candidates.
We're not just ladies who lunch.
Yeah, we are not just ladies who lunch, and it is so fun. And they are actually well respected within the party and amongst other groups and amongst other causes, like myself in particular. John Birchers, they like the Republican women in South Bay because they know they can routinely tap them for additional helpers. And it's good, and it's usually for solid causes. Now, one other thing I'll say on personal involvement is just like we monitor what we eat with our food, we should monitor what we expose ourselves to in the media. And if you listen to that Norman Dodd interview or know the insiders very well, you'll know that they've even controlled a lot of conservative media. And I'll just say this really fast. Right now, they are on the run, and so what they're trying to do is poison the well we drink from. They're trying to get conservatives polarized. They're not teaching them falsehood or misinformation, but they're presenting the true information in a way that's not beneficial to your neighbors. It's polarizing us. It's making us go, oh, those Democrats, or oh, my neighbor's such a weirdo. It's like, you need to reach that weirdo.
Can you give us an example?
For sure, like the tenor. If you turn on Fox News, the tenor by which some of these commentators, not all of them, I mean, you got good guys, most of whom have left. That's a key indicator from
Tucker Carlson.
Tucker, and then like Glenn Beck before him. It's like, why are these guys getting booted off? They're getting too effective. And that's the thing, is there's a lot of conservative media. So there's your example. A lot of conservative media just wants to make folks not as effective as they can be. And usually that's just by means of almost dehumanizing Democrats. These are people with real fears and concerns, sometimes too many fears.
They're our neighbors.
They are our neighbors, and we need to love our neighbors.
We care about them.
And so a lot of these conservative programs do not equip us to adequately, or even prepare us mentally, spiritually, to love our neighbors.
Yes.
And that's what needs to happen if we are to succeed. And that's the most practical thing I can actually say, bar none.
Yeah, thank you for that.
That's good.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I'm sure you've seen this. You've run into the super patriot who just will not talk to other people who don't think like him. And it's like, you're preaching to the choir, man.
Yeah.
You're not
We say
moving
that
the
all
ball.
the time. Yeah. And this is why we have this show, because we do want to reach out to our villagers and give different sides, different perspectives. Because at one time I was a Democrat years ago when I was a young person, and many people I know have. And Betty, you too,
Yes, I
began
was.
your roots in the Democrat Party. But as we grow, as we learn, as we get information, as we live our lives, we get more clear on our values and what's important to us, and then we gravitate toward that.
And the party
purpose.
changed.
Yes, yes, it did. Yes,
Drastically.
it did, very much. Yes.
And even, it's interesting, the two top officers from your club, you're both former Democrats. Very, very interesting, because you have the full gamut, the
Yes.
full experience. And actually, that's why you're probably best equipped to reach those people and sympathize with them, because you were there in that spot at one time.
But when I was a Democrat, voting Democrat, I was uninformed. I was just going along and doing.
Yes.
I wasn't involved. I was raising my children. I was working. So.
And you, why? Similar reasons?
Similar, yes. What I was exposed to, yeah.
So by default, a lot of people will default in that way. But they know a lot of folks are, thanks to the internet, finding out about Trump and Elon Musk and all this good stuff. But they're poisoning that well also. The oligarchs, the insiders, they poison that conservative well too, to try and get us to not be as charitable as we ought to be with these folks who are still deceived to that greater extent of still, hating Elon Musk or voting Democrat or whatever it might be. And I will just say, top tip. Actually, I don't want to say this tip. It's kind of like if I say it, then it'll ruin it for my use. But watch the left's media. I'll just say that. Watch the left and what they say. And if you are smart and you can read between the lines, all right, you have to be able to read between the lines, because there's an agenda. And if you know their agenda, You can get more out of looking at leftist media, mainstream media, than you can at conservative media. I know this for a
If we
fact.
know the agenda.
Yes, yeah, that's right. If you're aware of what the underlying tone is, why they're like, for instance, I saw Daryl Issa getting slammed on like CBS last night. I'm like, why is he getting slammed? And you have to see the games they're playing and how they're trying to manipulate the public perception. If you know that have that general context and awareness, watch mainstream media. You'll actually get a lot more out of it if you can play detective, put on your detective hat, and just see why the person's saying what they're saying. Yeah, it takes a bit more brain power. You can't just turn off your brain because otherwise you'll get poisoned before you know it. But it's a really good way to get info.
Eli, one of the things that we're seeing, especially with all the protests going on all over the country, they look very organized and well managed, is the DOGE. Now that we have the Trump administration looking into the fraud, waste, and abuse we have in our government, DOGE, I mean, it looks like it's looks like a nonpartisan thing. I mean, in our household, don't we want to cut costs so we have more money to spend on the things that are important and valuable? But with DOGE, I mean, to me, I see the signs, the line through DOGE, and then under it, fraud, waste, and abuse. So to me, they're saying they don't want fraud, waste, and abuse. Or they want it. No, they want it.
They don't want it.
They don't want to get rid of it. And
right.
That doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound like that a citizen would do that. So that's kind of...
A lot of these folks will do it because they're told to do it, or they're just following orders. Orders is orders. That whole mindset, collectivism, it's very easy to fall into because all you have to do is kind of go with the flow.
Go along
to get along.
And not think.
Yep. And actually that's going back to what we can do as individuals. Go against the grain. Try, explore new frontiers. Do the right thing, do the hard thing. Do it with integrity, go the extra mile. If you can do that on a consistent basis, you will grow. You will not just grow yourself, but you'll grow the movement as well, and you'll be restoring others. Your family, you'll be reconciling. That's actually the biggest thing I can say right now. Reconcile with your family. If you have any members that are out, do make every attempt to reconcile with family members, because the family unit has been under attack for decades, and that's really key. I mean, we could talk about the Democrat guy across the street, cool, but you have a responsibility more to your family members before your neighbors. So yeah, once you reconcile with your family, go ahead, hit your block, but not before that. Or I mean, you can do both in a similar thing. And some people are really far gone, but keep loving on them. That's all I'll say.
Yes. It's broken up. I mean, the last 12 years has really broken up a lot of families. It's divided. It's been divided, and them and us.
Ruined
And
holidays.
yes, I know we don't talk about it. I
Yeah.
mean, we try to avoid that within the family, but loving them, yeah.
Clubs like your club need to be strategy sessions. A lot of Birch meetings, Birch chapters, they're intentionally kept small. I keep them small. They're little units, more flexible. And they're all superstars. But use your club time as like strategizing and like fellowship, I guess. What do you call that? Accountability for working on family members. Okay, just check in, talk about your members that you're trying to bring along. It could be a son on the East Coast. It could be a cousin in Colorado. But just speak it. Talk about it. Talk about family members you're trying to reach. Or even neighbors, common neighbors. I mean, if you're all tight, close together.
Yeah, we're a very tight-knit community.
Talk about who might be open or might be showing signs of, I call it signs of intelligent life, that they're starting to ask questions.
Yeah.
They're not just like going along in the track.
That's the problem. Yeah, the narrow
blinders.
vision.
Well, you can turn your brain off and you could just go with what the power structure kind of tells you to do.
Yes.
6 feet apart, wear the mask, don't ask questions. And one of the most effective bumper stickers is that question authority sticker. Yeah, I know liberals sometimes use it too, but question authority, because if you actually start asking questions, that sets you on the path to actually intelligent life. See things for yourself, not just take it for granted from an authority figure. So yeah, just I encourage you and your club members to just bring these conversations up. Talk about family members. Talk about community members that might be coming along or that might need some help, and work as a team. Teamwork really makes things so much easier and more fun too.
Yes. You know, we have our club, we meet every month, luncheon, we have speakers, and we have about 120, 130 people. So I think Betty and I will want to work with you to maybe help us come up with some kind of a format or a strategy at our meetings, maybe a breakout session. Maybe in the future we can do that, because this year is we're planning, we want to build, we're strengthening our troops, our grassroots, so that in 2026 we can win elections, which is what our mandate is to help win elections, get our electeds elected.
Right now we have a lot of momentum going for us, and it sounds like you're trying to ride that wave, which is what every prudent leader and person should be doing right now, riding this tide of understanding that's washing over the American populace. People are starting to ask questions now more than ever. They get the feeling that they've been lied to, and all we have to do is step in and tell them we have been lied to. The truth is out there, though, and just leave the door open, point it out.
Yeah.
But you don't drag them through it, because they're going to run right back out because they think they're being kidnapped. But just open the door and point it to them.
Yeah. So we're gonna add you to our brain trust. How's that?
Yeah, that sounds fantastic. I'd be honored. Yeah, and going back on that, that's why monitoring the left's news sources is particularly useful for me, is because I know what my friends are being taught.
I can see that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good advice.
Yes.
Why, you asked the question, like, why are these guys anti-Doge if they don't like
I want to
fraud?
understand.
Yeah.
I want to understand.
That some of the talking points in these articles that's put out by a number of publications, you can see they craftily twist and distort the truth to make it seem like Doge, Tesla, Elon, SpaceX is wasting stuff. And a great place actually for a lot of this is Reddit. Go to liberal Reddit. Just go around and just be like,
R-E-D-I-T?
R-E-D-D-I-T.
R-E-D-D-I-T.
Oh yeah, and reddit.com, if it does, they have some valid points on there, but a lot of their information, like their sources, are tampered with. They will use a source that gives them the wrong figure, and they'll say it's totally true. And then when you call them out on it, they'll say, oops, whatever, and they just silent treatment. That never happened. Like, they'll memory hole it. Every time they're wrong, caught using a fraudulent source, gets memory holed. But just be aware, that's what they're constantly pounding into the public. And now the modern forum, yes, it's Reddit. So check out reddit.com. Go on those liberal corners, and you'd see the latest and greatest propaganda. I mean, it is some top-notch, cutting-edge stuff. I mean, really.
Okay. Well, they say you hear a lie over many times over and over. It seems like the truth.
It becomes reality.
And isn't that one of Saul Alinsky's principles?
Yes, and actually it was from the Nazi propaganda minister, Hermann Goebbels. He said, you just expose them again and again. And it's like mental saturation. It's like you soften the target through repeat exposure. It's actually how the brain learns. You know, repetitio mater memori. Repetition is the mother of memory. And so it's just going off of that old concept.
Okay. I like the Latin there.
Yeah.
So much to know. So little time.
Or so much to do. I mean, the knowing is important, but because if you don't know, you'll end up doing the wrong thing. You'll end up working against the cause. Yes. You'll end up just working against your country.
We want to go in the right direction, Eli, our club. And we have a, we're a retirement community, so we kind of fall in that picture of 20%, because some people can't. They're interested. They want to leave legacies to their children, and they care about it, but they're not able or whatever. So hopefully we can tap into that 20% and get as many. Now, during the election, we had quite a few people.
Yes, we did.
Betty and I walked precincts with many people. We made phone calls, so we were able to tap into quite a few.
I think it would be great to have people more engaged. They would
Yes.
feel of more value.
Yes, good for them, right? I know it makes me feel good, and
Yes.
you know it makes you feel good. It gives us purpose
Yes.
and building a legacy for our grandkids. I think that's what most people our age
Yes.
care about, and that's why we work so hard.
That is a worthy cause. And I'll say, with campaign work, the people you meet on the campaign trail are people you need to take with you on this long-term battle, because it is a long-term
Okay.
spiritual battle. And just bear those two aspects in mind, even if you do like some short little stint special election with the GOP or with any other group or party. John Birch is nonpartisan, so we can go with Libertarian, Green Party, or
Okay.
AI and American Independent. But
Okay.
there are good causes all around. Right now, there's a nonpartisan group in San Diego, Neighbors for a Better San Diego. It's trying to stop the Agenda 2030 in the city. Some of them don't know it's Agenda 2030, but they don't like a high-rise in their backyard.
Yes, yeah.
So the top class NIMBYs, they're great people. But good movements just develop connections, connect other people with each other, and just build a movement going long term. And that's what's amazing is you're getting involved. I'm sure you've met some of the best people. They're actually out there in the trenches doing things. It's very worthy. Really fast, I wanted to say that something easy that anyone can do. Again, I know I mentioned it last month, but
Yes.
I will have to mention it again. Overview of America. This 30-minute video, it's on YouTube. It's on Rumble. It's on Odyssey even. And Overview is must-know stuff. If you can parse this out verbally or even share the video, please do so, because it sets the record straight, and it should be something that should be shared on a repeated basis.
Okay.
Again, repetition is the mother of memory. I've seen it. I don't even remember the first 2 times I've seen it, but like I actually started taking root after about 3 or 4 exposures.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and then one thing for local, 2 recent books. Okay, since I'm talking about info, back to info. Practical things you can do, shopjbs.org or shopjbs.com. I think it's .org. Go to their shop, get this book. It is one of the most recent. This is written by the late Arthur Thompson. He's written a number of
That's
awesome
not written
books.
by Karl Marx, the Communist
No.
Manifesto.
This is How the Communist Manifesto Threatens Our Freedom Today by Arthur R. Thompson. And it is a wonderful, quick primer.
Yeah, it's a small book. I like that.
Yeah.
Incredibly small, yes. And
That's a doable.
not only that, it's a fun read.
Is it?
It is a very fun read. So it's 80 pages.
Oh,
Yep,
Oh,
there it is.
wow.
We like
80.
those, right,
80
Betty?
pages. I mean, you can have this as a bathroom reader and get through it in like
Yeah.
a week or 2.
Bite it
And-
off
and then
into chunks.
Exactly, and then just pass it off to the next person.
Okay.
This one is a quick, succinct summary of, and it answers all our concerns with the Communist Manifesto. Anyone who might be starting to question
Because that was
communism
hard to
now-
read. The Communist Manifesto was hard to read.
It was. It is written in some older English and very stuffy language. But this flows, and it explains the principles and powers, kind of principalities and powers behind the Communist Manifesto
Okay.
very well. So please pick up a copy if you can. And
Thank you for pointing that out.
this is for, if you know any city council members or potential city council members,
yeah.
this is a must read for lesser magistrates. So as you know, we're here in California, and we have a very tyrannical state level government that's passing all sorts of, and has been passing all sorts of weird state laws for the better
Yes,
part of the last
boy.
2 decades. Now, what does a good city council do about it? Well, Huntington Beach has set a great example.
They're our template for the nation.
Yes. We're talking about bottom-up local
Yes.
government, starting
Yes.
with the individual and the family. So the next step up, you got your city or your community. Even some of the community councils out here, like, just encourage them to read this. This is
Alrighty.
not as short as this other one, but it is, and it's also, we have to pay royalties, well-deserved royalties to Matt Truella, but it is so worth it. And this man is an awesome awesome man. Just doing the Lord's work. So it's short. It's about 108 pages.
Okay,
and
good. I like those smaller books
Yeah.
versus the really
It's punchy. It has a lot of history in it.
Okay.
I mean, both of these. There's no reason why you shouldn't have read these both. It's
right.
really easy to do. Yeah, they're super short and fun. They're fun reads. And yeah, this one, definitely recommend this to city council members, even
Okay.
all the way up to county board of supervisors. Because if you're in a tyrannical state like California, this is must-know info.
Now, would you recommend, I mean, giving them to both Republicans and Democrats?
This one uses a lot of historical examples, but it also has more of a Christian approach. It comes from the Christian presupposition.
Oh, all right.
So if they're hostile to Christianity, I would not recommend this to someone.
Okay.
But if they are a Democrat, like say if they're like a Democratic Catholic, which I know there's a couple Catholics who are Democrat, they can read this.
Yeah.
They'll actually love the history
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Okay, great. Eli, I bought this. I mean, I joined the John Birch Society when I came to that conference in September, and this is the magazine that we get. And this is the one with General Michael Flynn on the cover. Actually, Michael Flynn was at that conference, and I got to meet him personally. But this is a great magazine. Maybe you can tell us.
As I like to say, that is the foremost intelligence digest in the free world. That is what I plant in all sorts of different places. When it gets mailed to my address, it has my name on the back. If you hold up the back side of that, there's a blank part at the top. You see
Yes,
that?
up in
So
here.
yeah, and that's where your address gets printed, just like
okay.
anything that gets mailed.
Yeah.
I fill in my phone number under that in case people want to call me after they've read, like who, and they're like, who left this here? Like this is great stuff.
I see.
They have a way to call back.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Interesting.
yeah, it's very cool. A lot of people are afraid, like they'll blot out their address when they pass on magazines.
Yeah, right.
Not
But
this.
you use it to promote yourself.
Yeah, and they have my address too.
Eli, we are almost out of time. I can't believe it. I want to let people know that you are also our field representative for John Birch Society. So maybe in the next 60 minutes, can you tell us maybe about what you do locally? And maybe some of people who are listening might want to get involved or come to any events you have.
Sure, I'd love to take 60
And we can also
minutes.
put it on our website.
No, just 60 seconds. I'll briefly state.
Yeah.
The society runs entirely through volunteer efforts. It's a lot of people join it thinking it's like a motorcycle, and all they got to do is twist the throttle, and all these like lawyers and people and researchers will come to their beck and call and support them. Actually, it's more like a Flintstones car. It's tried and true. It's super sturdy, but it takes your input. It takes your effort, and a lot of this stuff we're already doing. It just provides a little bit more structure, a little bit more research to back it, and it's just a great way to go. We function entirely through small local chapters and individuals in what's called a home chapter. So do check out the website. Just do your due diligence. We're the real deal. We have been since 1958.
Okay.
And thank you for having me. It's
You're
an honor
welcome.
to
Maybe
serve.
we could consider opening up a chapter in Laguna Woods.
I would love
consider.
it. Yeah, take your 20%ers and just
Yeah,
drop them in there.
We have a
You got
captive
unit.
audience. Our community is an amazing community.
Yes,
We have
it
over
certainly
250 clubs, and people here live longer than any other area in the United States. We're known to do that.
You're taking care of each other.
So, Eli, this was just so wonderful to spend this time with you and have you elucidate us on all of this information. And we thank you for coming today. We hope to have you in the future. Betty is our Vice President of Programs. She sets up programs. So I can envision us having you back and presenting to our full membership at our luncheon meeting to have a more personal.
I would love that.
So thank you for coming.
Thank you.
God
for
bless
having
you. Safe travels home.
me. Lord bless you and keep you.
Thank you.
Thank you.